Once again, it's Friday, and once again, as if on cue, this presidential race has been rocked by another head-scratching, reality-bending, M. Night Shyamalan-worthy plot twist. We're, of course, talking about the FBI's announcement today that it is revisiting its investigation into Hillary Clinton's use of a private email server. Late this morning, FBI Director James Comey sent a letter to the Senate Judiciary Committee saying new emails have been discovered that, quote, appear pertinent to the investigation that his agency suggested it had wrapped up last month when it declined to recommend charges against the Democratic presidential nominee. The new messages, which the New York Times is now reporting were discovered during an unrelated investigation into Anthony Weiner, the husband of longtime Clinton aide Huma Abedin, will now be reviewed by the FBI to determine whether they contain any classified information. Soon after the news broke, a very gleeful Donald J. Trump stepped on stage at his rally in Manchester, New Hampshire, and he let it rip.
We must not let her take her criminal scheme into the Oval Office. I have great respect for the fact that the FBI and the Department of Justice are now willing to have the courage to right the horrible mistake that they made. This is bigger than Watergate. This is bigger than Watergate, in my opinion.
Conservatives have been going wild over this news from the moment that Congressman Jason Chaffetz first tweeted that the FBI investigation was, quote, case reopened. Mr. Limbaugh, take it away.
Hot damn. This investigation will not conclude by the time of the election, folks. What, you think it will? No, it can't. This election cannot possibly conclude by a week from Tuesday. Do they come from WikiLeaks? Has the WikiLeaks dump shown emails that Comey didn't have? Are there emails the FBI didn't get, didn't see, didn't find? Where do these emails come from? The Clinton campaign is going to be livid over this. They thought they had this slam dunked and put away.
So, what did Hillary Clinton have to say about the big breaking news today?
Let me say a word about the recent flooding here in Cedar Rapids.
Okay, she actually didn't say anything today about the email or about the FBI or James Comey, but her campaign chairman did. In a statement, John Podesta, the aforementioned chairman, said, quote, already we have seen characterizations that the FBI is reopening an investigation, but Comey's words do not match that characterization. Director Comey's letter refers to emails that have come to light in an unrelated case, but we have no idea what those emails are, and the director himself notes they may not even be significant. It is extraordinary that we would see something like this just 11 days out from a presidential election. The director owes it to the American people to immediately provide the full details of what he is now examining, end quote. So, Mark, the details that John Podesta is talking about are still emerging. We are in a state of limited information, but real information. On a scale of 1 to Godzilla plus, where does this rank politically?
For the next 24 hours minimum, it's Godzilla plus. I have no idea whether it will affect the race. Without a doubt, it will inspire Republicans, depress Democrats. Well, we need more facts. What we do know is James Comey, I've been saying this since he had his famous press statement, public statement last month. James Comey is getting horrible advice. He is interfering in this election. He is responding to Congress. Congress has no business knowing about the closing and opening of criminal probes. I don't understand what the guy's doing, but just from pure political point of view, it is a nightmare for the Clinton administration, the Clinton campaign. I know why they're upset. They should be, but they shouldn't have put all their eggs in the Comey basket. The chickens are coming home to roost. How's that for some poultry metaphor? Yeah. I don't understand what Comey's doing. That's my main thought about all this.
Poultry poetry. Look, I don't know about eggs and baskets. I will affirm and attest for the sake of the public record that you have been, in every instance, critical of James Comey, not just a month ago, but throughout this entire thing. You've criticized Comey throughout. So, and there have been times when I've agreed with you, times I've agreed with you less. On this, at this moment, it does seem like we have a problem with the FBI director. And I actually think that whether you're a Democrat or Republican, if you were just looking at this on the merits, you would agree with the one thing that John Podesta said, which is that James Comey should come out and
The Republicans agree with that.
And stand in
You
front,
need to say more.
And stand in front of a podium and explain what the hell you're doing
But
here.
he can't because he can't talk about a criminal probe.
Again,
it's ridiculous.
For there to be accountability here, I believe he must clarify what this is about. Now, again, we don't know. Right now, if it's true that this is about Anthony Weiner, it makes sense, right? Houmet Abedin may have sent Anthony Weiner emails. This is obviously related to his sexual texting to an underage girl in North Carolina. If that's the investigation, that is a federal crime because it crosses state lines. It makes sense for the FBI to be looking at it. But it could be significant politically in the sense that, as you know, and we've talked about before, Donald Trump has been criticizing Hillary Clinton for trusting Houmet Abedin and has suggested in the past that there might be an issue here with classified material getting out through her. So this is potentially politically very significant, or it could be nothing.
Yeah, let's listen to Donald Trump as Nostradamus practically predicting Anthony Weiner's role in this campaign.
Why are these people with great knowledge of the inner workings of our country and our security, why are they giving Hillary Clinton briefings? Because it's going to get revealed. I mean, her number one person, Houmet Abedin, is married to Anthony Weiner, who's a sleazeball and a pervert. And I'm not saying that. I mean, that's recorded history, right? I don't like Houmet going home at night and telling Anthony Weiner all of these secrets.
But what about the fact that Houmet Abedin, who knows every single thing about Hillary Clinton, she knows more about Hillary than Hillary knows, and she's married to a pervert sleaze named Anthony Weiner, who will send anything that he has out over Twitter or any other form of getting it out?
So I'll say again, the biggest issue to me is what does Comey do next? I cannot believe he will be silent for 11 days. It's unfathomable. But the other thing is, when or what will cause this not to be the lead story in the news?
Look,
because as long as it is, it's not good for Hillary Clinton.
There have been reports that there are thousands, as there would be, thousands upon thousands of emails here for the FBI to comb through. The idea that this is going to be resolved one way or the other before Election Day, I don't know what would be worse, if it was resolved now before Election Day or not. Either one of them is horrible, right?
I think Comey could come out today and say, oh, by the way, this doesn't have anything to do with an investigation of Hillary Clinton.
Well, he could, but even then it would be an investigation of Anthony Weiner and Houmet Abedin. So, look, it seems to me that the question that I almost most want to know is why could this not have waited until the day after Election Day? This is a perfectly legitimate inquiry to be looking at Anthony Weiner's computer.
The only thing I can think of is that he promised the Senate Judiciary Committee, to whom he wrote this letter,
right.
If there are new developments in the case, I will tell them to you. But why he would make such a promise is beyond me. There's so many potential investigations and ongoing probes that the Hill is interested in. Yeah. They're not entitled to a minute-by-minute, timely play-by-play of any possible development.
Right. Well,
they're just not. That's not the way the system works.
Well, and I think you could have an interesting debate about the question of whether such a promise to the Judiciary Committee, even if made, would supersede the questions at stake here in the entire election. It's 11 days to Election Day. This is an extraordinary. I mean, it's to drop anything at this point if you don't have a firm case to make is irresponsible.